What is up, everyone, and hello to all 530 plus of you guys. Like, I did not. Okay, so, like I said, when I initially made this as a teenager, I wanted to go viral. And then when I realized I can't go viral, I didn't care about going viral anymore. So, I'm genuinely surprised that I now have 500 subscribers. And all I had to do was antagonize white supremacists in order to do it. Y'all, it's like, I really, first off, I'm very glad to, that you guys have given me an opportunity to grace your computer screen. So thanks again. Like I said, this is it. This is just me sitting in front of a camera and talking until I get the editor software that I need, until I get everything that I kind of need in order to make things go the way that I want it to go. This is it. And I'm really glad. Okay, I'm really glad about this. But also, I want to take this time to point out something real quick. These past couple of days, I have been making a lot of material that antagonizes white supremacists, and I don't intend on stopping. And as I've said multiple times before, if something bad were to happen to me, I want it to be clear that it could be an accident, I could be sick, or it could just be a bunch of white supremacists just doxed me because they're upset about what happened. And then I'm purely prepared. I'm prepared for that as well, because we really need to stop acting like there's some sort of shadow organization I could just they're the boogeyman that you're supposed to just hide from and just never mention. It's like because every single time I say white supremacists was bad, you got people like, bro, don't say that, bro, don't say that. They'll hurt you if you say that. It's like, I don't care. I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid of these people. A lot of them are a lot of them are just like bloated sociopaths. Like there's nothing my whole thing is that if anything bad were to happen to me while I'm antagonizing white supremacists, I like to think that that puts me on the right side of history because everybody knows that white supremacists are bad people. So whatever. And also, fun fact, white supremacists are not just white people. There's plenty of white people that are not white supremacists, and there's people who aren't white who are white supremacists. So this whole, well, what about the black people? Kind of discuss. It's like when if you hear the phrase white supremacy is bad, and the first thing that goes to your mind is, well, he likes black people more than he likes white people, then that just means that you're racist or dumb. Which I mean, most racist people are pretty dumb. So racist and dumb. It's like, yeah, I know. Seek help, seek therapy, read a couple books. I don't know, but just know that I'm not gonna stop. I will gladly die for my cause. And now that I think about it, that's probably what happened. That's probably how my apartment got broken into. Probably got doxxed by some white supremacists who was genuinely upset about something I said. They found out where I lived, came over here, ruined some stuff, and left. But it is kind of surprising how they didn't take my computer that I'm using to record stuff with. So thanks for not doing that, I guess. I don't know. In any case, outside of that, I did get I got an interview for another job, but I decided to I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that job because it's kind of far out from where I live. That plus bro, it's far from where I live. I'm not used to being in Texas. I'm not the kind of person who, if I go to another place, I'm gonna be driving about, going on adventures, trying to figure out how things go. Once I'm here, I'm here. You see this? This is all day for me. If I don't have anywhere to go, I'm not going anywhere. So so it's there was so the whole thing was that, actually, Texas City is actually near Galveston, and I thought Texas City and Galveston were the same city, kind of like how Denham Springs and Baton Rouge are kind of in the same ballpark and all other stuff. But it's nope, it's actually, and because I thought they were the same city, I thought they were kind of close, and it's oh no, they're not close. They're not close. There's no closeness here. You know what I'm saying? To people who like to drive, 20-minute drives are close. To me, no. No, because it's 20 minutes getting there and it's 20 minutes back. That's 40 minutes of driving. That's almost an hour. No. And then I mean it's to put this in perspective, if I run out of gas between where I need to go to and I can't walk the rest of the way, it's too far. That's how I measure out distance and stuff like that. So there's that. But yeah. Also, masculinity is a scam. I think the biggest lie that we've ever been given is that the biggest lie we've ever been told that women and men are fundamentally different because of their gender. Because There's women out there who can outlift me, and there's men out there who cook and clean. Like it's just, and it's like it's like I like every single time I hear about masculinity and feminism and stuff like that is usually like feminism is like I'm talking about outside of the political movement. I'm talking about just like as a word like femininity. The whole concept. Like by the way, why is it Why do women have feminism but men don't have masculism? What's the, it's like it's masculinity and feminism, right? Like it's like what we can't have masculism. Women can't have a women can't like women have both femininity and feminism, but men only have masculinity. Like isn't that kind of weird? Is that weird to anybody else? Just me? Okay, but yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like, but I do think it's kind of weird though that like because my whole thing about first off the whole concept of gender identity is just weird to me because like if I were to walk into any building, I'm gonna be called sir. I might be called ma'am by certain people who probably don't understand the concepts of gender, but the fact is that like most people are gonna call me sir because they know that I am a man. I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? I don't have to. I don't have to like. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to puff my chest out and go, "Hey, ladies, I'm a man." I don't have to do any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? People could just look at me and go, "Might be a dude." Although I ain't gonna lie, without my facial hair, I ain't like looking at myself. I would probably say, "Yeah, that's a trans man. His face is too pretty." Yes, I am. I'm starting to think that I'm actually. I'm starting to think that I'm attractive now a little bit. I still don't believe it, but I'm starting to think that I am. Whatever. I don't know. It's complicated. It's weird. But I never thought that I was attractive. I never thought that I was attractive, and I'm trying to convince myself that I am, but not. But it's really just. It's kind of just. There's a block there. But yeah, so it's like it's just kind of weird, like masculine. But it's like the more I look at it, the more I see that people have basically turned gender identity into a bit of a religion. And the problem with American religion is that it almost always leads to profit in some fashion. It's either gained attention or somebody with the entitled brothel of somebody else's of other people's wives or something to that nature. It's just it feels less like it feels masculinity and femininity feels less like something that's necessary and more like something that just sort of benefits whoever is the most like charismatic of the personage. Like it doesn't like nobody can tell me why gender roles are necessary, but they're telling me that they're just it's kind of like one of those things like well we've had it forever so we may as well just we've had it forever so we may as well just like keep going with it. It's like but it's like yeah but is it necessary? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of like it's like I say gender roles and gender identity should go the way of Christopher Columbus and the planet Pluto. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the star Pluto. I'm not. But I understand why people would not consider Pluto to be a planet anymore, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? But the fact of the matter is that like it's very stressful to me. It's very annoying to me that these are things that are happening. Because people are utilizing these concepts of what's considered manly or feminine as a means to like manly but not womanly. Like etymology, y'all. Words. But it's just like it sounds like I say, it sounds less like things that are necessary and more like scams. And like it sounds more like scams that are used in the same way religion is, and I'm not cool with that. I don't think that that's right. I don't think that that's good. I don't think that that's beneficial, or whatever. So there's that. Politics is actually pretty awesome. I mean, yo, like okay, like I said this before, and I think I've said this. I think I've said this before, but we as a society we need to like really look into what cults are and how cults are formed and what cults and we have to pay attention to like because cults like I say cults can be a good thing. Cults can be can be just a place where people can go to where they feel like they're among their own people. You know what I'm saying? That's what cults should be. Cults shouldn't be we're all just following just one person and giving our lives and our money and all of our devotion to that one person. We should never do that in general. We should not be devoted 100% to any other person because people are still people and people can change for the worse. That's the reason why I'll never say that I'm right about anything. I'll always specify myself personally when I talk about certain concepts. I try my best not to be like absolute or universal in my speech because I know that can possibly be I know that to the right person they'll probably hear that and go, oh well, he said it, so it has to be true. And I don't want that to ever like I don't want to be somebody's source of information. I want to be somebody's like secondary source of information. Like after you get done researching something, I want you to come up to me and be like, hey, I read this thing. Is this right? And then I can read it, and let you know. Okay, me, I don't like I can't tell you if it's right or wrong, but this is what I read. Here's some stuff about it. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. But it's just like it's wild, man. It's crazy out here. It's just ridiculous how we're just we because of cults we're becoming easier to scam. You know what I'm saying? We because and it's like the problem is that like we're becoming like doing the cult thing because we don't have our own groups of people anymore. We don't have people that we don't have organizations where we can just go to and just be ourselves at. You know what I'm saying? As an anime fan, you know what I'm saying, it's very hard to find anime. It's hard to find like anime fans, within my area. It's very hard to find, I'm a big professional wrestling fan. It's very hard to find professional wrestling fans within my area. I'm really big on cartoons. I can't find but then it's like, well, you could just go out and look for them, and it's like that's fine, but it's like I'm a black dude in Texas surrounded by a whole bunch of other Texans. You know what I like? Guns. You know what I mean? It's like I think Dragon Ball Z is cool. Is that a gun? No, sir. Attack on Titan. Is that also a gun? I didn't say Dragon Ball Z was a gun. But the fact of the matter is that that's kind of what the thing that I'm sort of expecting. It's like but also a good time to me is just sitting at home and watching TV, maybe reading a good book or something. It's like me personally, I don't mind I don't mind not seeking out my tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I know I'm a bit different. I also know that I can be antagonistic. I also know that there's some people out there that genuinely get frustrated with me if I do certain things. So it's like I know that I will probably never find my tribe if I even have one. But it's like there's so many people out there who just feel so lost and out of place, and they're easy to manipulate because somebody who is probably got bad intent in mind is like, hey, I see that you're feeling out of place and ostracized and kind of weirded out. Follow me, and I will bring you to wherever you need to go to. Also, bring money. It's like no, this is not how this is supposed to work. Like we need friend. Everybody needs a friend at this point. We all need friends. We need people that we love. We need people who love us. We need people who are going to like kind of be around us for something that's not like for a reason that doesn't involve, hey, if you do something for me, I'll do something for you. We just need people around us that will love us and help us if we're down, but like not let it be like well, now that I helped you, you got to help me kind of ordeal. We don't need that. We need, like I said, everybody just needs a friend. you know and because like if you're not if it's like everybody needs a friend, but also everybody needs somebody who's going to let them know, hey, doing bad stuff is not cool. you know that's what we need, and that's the reason why I value the library so much, because like even if you don't see another person at the library, you're surrounded by sources of information that can just make you just kind of not feel alone. Reading builds empathy, and reading also kind of helps you get connected to, man, my arm looks weird here. I don't this looked weird. I looked at this and was like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that's my elbow. Um, but yeah, but yeah, we do as a society just kind of do need to just sort of band together a little bit more. We need the sense of community, like normal people just being able to sort of like interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? Granted, like I say this as somebody who hates Trump supporters, who hates right wingers, who hates Republicans. I say that, but it's like I work with a few Republicans. I work with a Trump supporter, and he's pretty open about it. And he's actually one of the least. He's actually like a very tolerable person when he's not hyperactive. But it's just like, I like, would I hang out with him outside of work? Absolutely not. But the fact of the matter is that while we're at work together, we actually work pretty well together because he's not completely obnoxious. Does that make sense? It's like, but if I'm willing to, for the sake of community, be on decent terms with somebody who I will probably hate outside of my job, I'm willing to bet that like other people are capable of doing that too. We just need to come together as a community and just make that happen. Uh, But yeah, like I said, as far as my personal life is concerned, I'm still trying to find another job. I am getting more hours at my current job though because it's summer and they're gonna need an extra set of hands and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, like I actually ended up getting more hours the other day, and I was tired, dude. I was really tired. I do what I call it zombie walking. I was zombie walking at some point where I was literally walking around with my eyes closed. Thankfully, there wasn't any consumers nearby for me to like bump into or nothing. But I was like, because I was working like what, like 4 or 5 days straight, and I was just like, man, I gotta get home. Thankfully, because I'm such an okay worker while I'm there, my managers was like, sure, yeah, you can call it a day early. It's no problem. You did work like a couple of hours beforehand the other day, so by all means. So it felt good to kind of like be able to know that I have that sort of credibility with the higher ups at my job. But it does kind of frustrate me that I have to work that much anyway, just to be able to survive in this country. Like that's like I said, whenever I go through the stuff that I go through, the first thing that goes through my mind is it shouldn't have to be like this. Life shouldn't have to suck just so I can survive. You know what I mean? Like if rich people lives don't completely suck, why should mine? You know what I'm saying? But that's for another time. We'll talk later. But what 537? Yo, I really appreciate this. Thanks again, and just know that, like I said, if you're a white supremacist and you followed me, and I just need you to understand, white supremacy is not white people. I don't hate white people. I just don't like white supremacists. I feel like I feel like for those who are going to just like thumbs down this video because he talked bad about my race. I mean, I want that to just be like underlined somewhere. So, but yeah. But outside of that, though, love, peace, happiness, safety, and just care for each other. Like I said, build up a sense of community. I live in an apartment building, and at some point, I'm going to probably try to make it my business to at least just knock on people's doors and just introduce myself. I might get killed doing that, but I mean, I would rather do that and try to build up a sense of community. I would rather risk getting shot and try to build up a sense of community with my community than just not know anybody. Because it's like, I feel like it's easier to do that instead. Um, yeah, I might just do that. That's a challenge. Knock on some neighbors' doors, and just introduce myself. So if I die, that might also be in the realm of possibilities. Like maybe I knocked on somebody's door and somebody just decided, oh no, it's a person that I don't know at my door. I'm about to go ahead and take the old boomstick and blast this face out of the way. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that was a long that's a long ending. But yeah, love, peace, happiness, and here's to another 537 subscribers who actually see my stuff and realize, maybe it's okay. Y'all be easy.